Okay, so Kirby, I love him. So when Kirby and the Forgotten Land was announced in the most recent Nintendo Direct, I was hyped. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my hopes, wishes, and wants for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Let's begin. Alright, so Kirby and the Forgotten Land is going to be the first 3D Kirby game, which gives the series a chance to finally be more open and not as linear. Now obviously every 2D Kirby game is linear as you've got to get from point A to point B, so I hope that Forgotten Land is the most open mainline Kirby game. I'm personally hoping for something kind of like Mario Odyssey, where there's around 15 or 20 fairly large levels where you're just open to do literally whatever you want. I think this level format would suit Kirby really well, as each level could introduce a new copy ability and I would just love to explore an open area as Kirby. Honestly, I'm just happy that Kirby is finally getting a 3D game, so I'm gonna be happy with whatever this game ends up being, whether it's a more linear 3D game or a more open game. But if Nintendo or HAL Laboratory knocked on my door and told me that I got to choose the format of Forgotten Land, I would say to make it similar to Odyssey. In the reveal trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, we see Kirby use a total of 5 copy abilities. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of these copy abilities are brand new. I'm nearly certain that there will be a few brand new copy abilities in Forgotten Land, and I'm actually glad that the reveal trailer didn't show them off, as I wouldn't mind going into the game not knowing everything, if that makes sense. I don't want a Metroid Dread situation with Kirby and the Forgotten Land, is basically what I'm saying. Forgotten Land just wouldn't be a Kirby game if it didn't introduce new copy abilities, but I don't really have any ideas for what new copy abilities we could see in the game. Maybe, I don't know, you come across a survivor in the ruins that we saw in the trailer, and the survivor has a gun, and by sucking that survivor up, you get a pistol. I don't know, I'm not a game developer, okay, I don't know. King DDD, I want him to be playable. I don't know what else there is to say about this, as I just like King DDD as a character, and think it would be pretty cool to play as him in a 3-dimensional game. Maybe after you beat Forgotten Land, you could unlock King DDD, kinda like how you unlock Luigi in Mario Galaxy. This would be a really easy way for the developers to incentivize players to replay or 100% the game. Also, Nintendo have done this with a few of the more recent 3D Mario games, so there is a good chance that this could actually happen. Something I think every Kirby fan can agree on is that Kirby games are pretty easy. Now, this isn't me saying that Kirby games should be really hard, it's just me stating facts. Now, I would like it if Forgotten Land was maybe just a little bit challenging. I don't want to be able to breeze through the entire game and maybe just have a little bit of trouble with the final boss fight. So if the developers can make it so that at the start of the game you get to choose a difficulty, that would be nice. There's probably gonna be someone in the comments that says, well, just because a game is easy doesn't mean it's bad. And yes, I agree, but some people like games to be challenging, so giving players the option to select the difficulty would be ideal. The final thing that I want in Kirby and the Forgotten Land is some form of multiplayer. Whether this is couch co-op or online, just some form of multiplayer would be nice. Seeing as Super Mario 3D World had online multiplayer that actually works pretty well, I think we could very well see online multiplayer in Forgotten Land, with each player controlling a different colored Kirby. Or maybe the devs could do something else, but I don't know. If I'm paying for a Nintendo Switch online membership, I want Nintendo to include online functionalities wherever possible. So those are a few things that I want to see in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'm extremely excited for this game and cannot wait for Nintendo to show off more gameplay, but what about you? So those are just a few things that I want to see in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'm extremely excited for this game and cannot wait for Nintendo to show off more gameplay, but what about you? Are you going to pick up Kirby and the Forgotten Land, or are you going to skip over the game? Let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. And while you're at it, why not leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Nintendo content, and thank you for watching.